The show features adults using adult language and discussing mature topics. You have been warned.
Case.
Oh,
Oh no.
That's a 3
Okay.
for me.
How about for Valgg?
1.
Periwinkle?
4.
And River?
3 as well.
Alright, Valgg. What happened?
That's an amazing question. I am glad you asked.
The session before last was an avalanche, and you guys were helping boy up the mountain. The Husky.
Oh. Okay, so I'm getting flashbacks. We killed a Yeti family and saved the people. Well, saved a halfling from the Yetis.
Yep.
Why did we go into that cave? That's what I tried to remember. We were ice climbing. Oh, I'm really bad at remembering stuff.
You guys came looking for the guide, Garrett, and you found him, and he said that those adventurers were still up there.
Yeah, and he described the adventurers to us, and it was the people we found, most of them dead, because there was the freezing tiefling, the Eden dwarf, Goliath also.
The
like,
dwarves actually weren't part of the adventuring party at all.
Oh.
But you do remember hearing on your way up to through 10 towns from a group of dwarves that they were attacked by Yetis before, and that their sled is still missing and has a whole bunch of iron ingots on it.
So we were we were ice climbing because we had to like redo what we have lost with the avalanche, and we stopped at the cave. And then was the Yeti, and then the Yeti thing happened, and I don't remember exactly how the episode ended.
It ended with everybody getting back down from there back to, was it Targos? No, it wasn't Targos. It was Koenig, I think.
I think it was Karakonig. It was the town.
The northernmost of the 10 towns.
Yeah, it was the northernmost town because the halfling was almost dead from exhaustion. So we needed to get her somewhere warm and out of the cold.
Yeah. So
only 3 levels of exhaustion.
After that perilous journey, and then I think the roughest part is she got up to 4 levels because you guys were trying to hold out during the blizzard. And it was extreme cold, and she's not a white dragonborn or a Nord from Skyrim, so it kind of weather's harsh on most people.
But we managed to hold out from some quick thinking and an oilfish, an oil whale.
Yep. Then you guys arrived back, and I believe you mentioned about how you're going to try to go out and find that sled. And the sled is apparently in between Bryn Shander and the Dwarven Valley. Now, the map of Icewind Dale is pinned in chat, but just to give you an idea, Kelvin's car in the mountain you were on, the Dwarven Valley is just southwest of it, and then double that distance southwest, almost directly southwest, is Bryn Shander. So you guys could head that way, I guess, but that's up to you what you guys want to do.
Technically, we could head that way, and either we would need to hunker down for the night or take a detour to Tourmaline. We can stand there. We can stay there for the night, see how the kobolds are doing, then go back out and just make the trek to Bryn Shander.
We still need to get Gareth back home to his other half.
Yeah, that's true. But he might not want to leave the halfling behind, considering she's in such bad shape.
Wild is going to stay behind and make sure the halfling's okay.
Right.
I told you guys to get Garrett home.
Okay.
Probably not totally because she's not here this session or anything.
We could travel across the valley, make a pit stop in Bryn Shander. And remind me, does Garrett's husband live in Brinchander or Targos? I think it's Targos.
It's Targos, which is
Right.
even further back.
Yeah, we could cut through the Dwarven Valley, stop at Brinchander, and then so just a hop, skip, and a jump over to Targos.
I mean, Bryn Shander is pretty big, so we can get a good rest and sleep there.
We could also resupply too. It's
Yeah.
like you said, it's a big place. And
Speaking of
plus,
the-
if we found anything from the dwarves, we could just immediately claim the reward there because they were staying in Brinchander, if I remember right.
Meanwhile, Prism, you've been hearing this message pinging in your brain this whole time.
Yeah, I'm probably slowly going
It's
crazy.
stronger where you guys are at than it's
Okay.
been anywhere else. Because you can sense not just the message, but the message also pings and lets you know, almost like a RPG compass checkpoint finder, where you just know which direction it's coming from. And it's definitely to the east, almost directly east from this town. And you can tell this is the closest you've been to it. But you're not sure how far out into the wilderness it is. I just thought I would mention that, since you got the psionic crystal and whatnot.
Okay.
So, did you guys want to take the quick but dangerous route of going straight through the tundra wilderness in like a diagonal and trying to head straight to Bryn Shander? Or did you guys want to travel through the more common roads, quotes around common, to get through the other 10 towns and ending up there? It would take longer, but it would be safer.
Did we just just get here, or did we get a long rest?
Oh, yeah, that was another thing. You guys got here. You're allowed to stay at this inn as long as you want. You guys had drinking contests and you went to bed. So you all woke up, and I'm a nice universe and no one's hungover. Maybe ironically Wild is, even though they're the one that won.
No, they also cheated.
Cheater.
No one knows that.
Mixing drinks isn't a good thing.
I'm thinking maybe that's why Wild's going to stay here for a bit longer, too. And you're all set. You return the colored lamp, which is now back to its rightful owners of this inn, and it hangs outside. Changes colors every once in a while.
And once she's up and around, Rowan's going to make sure Drinking McSpeakerton remembers what she told him last night about the Duragar.
So with rescuing the halfling and bringing the lantern back, did we go up, or are we still forward?
You are still 4.
Okay.
You also remember there are other problems going around Tin Town as well.
Yeah. We still have that moose to deal with over in Lonelywood.
Yeah, where you all met each other.
We should also see how Perry's family's inn is doing.
Yeah, the one she's supposed to be taking care of.
Yeah. I've been away from the front desk for a little while there, Perry.
Pass pan over there.
The one
Small
acting
career.
as the remote representative of the owner of the establishment.
Did we get a long rest?
Yes.
Okay.
It's
I'm not
all,
avoiding anything.
it's only been 4 days.
So do we
Well-
want to
Not that
start
anyone's
at the
counting.
wilderness?
Sorry, everybody talked at once. What did you say, River?
I said, do we just want to stock up and hike across the wilderness the quick way?
I mean,
Make
are
sure
we in
have
a,
extra?
how
fish.
long is the long way compared to the quick way?
Wild pulls out a map of 10 towns for you. And we'll say that the long way,
Well, I'm pretty sure I have one though.
I think Wild had the map. I was trying to remember. Anyway, a map's put on the table.
Well, I
and
have cartographer's tools, but I don't know what that encompasses.
I would say you're able to copy it with the cartographer's tools.
Okay.
The long way would take literally all day. So it would be like a 12-hour hike. But you'd be going from Car Nuig to Car Denaval, and then down, and then west on Eastway, if that wasn't confusing enough. The path is called the Eastway, to Bryn Shander.
Okay.
The short way is only an 8-hour hike through the wilderness.
I mean, the quick way is convenient. We are not in a super rush, but still, it's efficient.
How bad is the Rime today? Does it look like super blizzard, like when we had to hunker down, or does it look like RL's being a little more flexible today?
Well, as you all know at this point, day and night, it's hard to really tell when it is because there's no daylight coming through. However, you're pretty sure that it's supposed to be nighttime when you see the northern lights going.
Right. I meant more like the intensity of the blizzard of RL's Rime.
Oh,
Like, is it as bad as the blizzard that rolled in when we had to hunker down at the base of Calvin's card, or is it a little bit lighter than that?
Oh no, it died. That blizzard that you guys came through, that died down maybe an hour or two after you guys got into town. They only last for a few hours.
Okay. Also, did we find Garrett's other dogs that ran back towards 10 Towns, or are they just still MIA?
Garrett would tell you that he assumes that they went back home.
Oh, okay.
They know their way back home, and it's not the first time they've gotten lost.
Right. There goes my plan of having us hitch up a friggin' sled.
He's hoping no polar bears got him, but he doubts it since they're all together.
Yeah.
At least we still have a boy.
Bart. Boy hasn't left Garrett's side this whole time, by the way.
He's a good first son.
So, off you guys go, and you head out through the wilderness area, the tundra, I should say.
Out through the Northern Valley.
Yeah, you head southwest towards Bryn Shander, and as you do, you can see that there's I would say it's hilly here, but you're thinking maybe the hills are actually just piles of ice and snow that have gathered over time, making different areas uneven depending on how the wind is blowing.
So like snow dunes.
No drifts.
Essentially.
Whatever said.
It's just like walking through Minnesota.
So, it is a long hike, and I'll just have everybody roll me a Constitution save since it's so cold.
Do those of us with cold resistance still have to do that? Or are we
Nope.
good? Nice.
I think you mean ice.
So everyone but Periwinkle and Rowan, I guess.
24.
Okay. Cold. Not even cold.
18.
Cold. Not even cold. How about
13.
Prism? 13? It's a little cold, but you can definitely handle it. And after a very long day of like montage travel music, as you guys travel, maybe every once in a while you see like a white bunny rabbit in the distance, and the second you notice it, it like darts off and runs away. Just a few little things like that here and there. You eventually make it to Bryn Shander. And
Did we not find the sled?
were you looking for it?
I mean, if we were cutting across the Dwarven Valley, I would have hoped we would keep an eye out for it. Rowan definitely told the dwarves we look for it. You don't break a promise with a dwarf.
That is true. Let's see.
Unless you're suicidal, that is.
So, you go to travel, and we'll say about 8 hours into this 12-hour adventure, as you're looking around for the sled. You crest onto a snow-covered ridge and see a frozen, dismembered corpse in the gully in front of you. Snow covers some of the gory pits, but the headless torso and severed limbs are quite visible. You see tracks in the snow all around the corpse and tall tail grooves in the snow left behind by a sled that has been hauled away.
Yeah, I'm immediately going to go up to that and just carefully see if I can inspect it and see what happened.
All right, no check needed. From what you can see, this was definitely a dwarf at one point. Everything about it seems to track with the Yeti attack in terms of claw marks and whatnot. You notice the arms are completely missing, and so is the head, and most of the internal organs. The tracks you see don't seem to match the dwarves at all. And
Or the Yetis?
it seems fairly recent, like after last night's blizzard.
What size are the tracks?
Give me a survival check.
I'll help.
Is it the help action or is that guidance?
Well, I got +6 to survival.
All right.
I would say either one of you that rolls would have advantage.
$23 for here.
River, these footprints are tricky to say the least. It's at least a half a dozen smaller humanoids wearing snowshoes. Is what you're pretty sure these tracks are. And they lead south. And you think you can follow them.
Right. They're smaller than a dwarf.
Yes.
Hmm.
But they're definitely not kobold.
Right. Rowan
I'll say
just-
River's able to conclude that with that check.
Yeah. Right. So Rowan just after examining them, just looks at the river and just goes, "What do you think?"
I think they went south.
It's not Duragar. This is a Duragar, though. It's too small, right?
Something between kobolds and dwarves. Halflings, maybe?
Goblins.
Ugh, snow goblins.
Everyone looks over at Prism.
Yeah, just slowly pan over the shoulder.
What? What?
Nothing. Yeah, see if we can catch up to them. This is fresh, so they probably haven't gotten far, especially with the snow and the blizzard yesterday as well.
I'm up to follow it if everyone else is.
I guess we're gonna go.
We got one hoof from Valgg.
What about Garrett? What about Garrett?
Valgg has arms.
Yeah.
He just holds up an arm and there's
He holds up his front hoof and he just doesn't use his arms.
it's like Centaur World. We just shrug with the hooves and then just oh god fall over.
I guess we'll follow him then.
Yeah,
Andrew
is Garrett-
climbs up onto Periwinkle's shoulder and like points in the direction of the tracks. And then goes like this. Which you know is it trying to be like this in hand talk.
That or is trying to make the metal emblem.
We need like tiny boxing gloves for the thumb and the pinky.
Andrew goes like this. That's yes in sign language.
Or better yet, we can get him a Kestis and then get Perry a sling and we can just slingshot him into someone's face. Like a boxing glove arrow.
He said, no, maybe. If any of you know thieves can't, you would know that.
I feel like I would know, but I don't only have two
Periwinkle
languages.
would know.
Okay.
That's simple enough stuff. Then, and you've had Andrew around long enough, you would know at least basic science.
Just wait, I'm gonna take a useless feat so I can learn
Mm-mm.
these.
Don't do it, please. I beg you.
Taps on her shoulder, Morse code.
think the only way you can get thieves' cannons if you're like a rogue or something like that.
No, you can get the linguist feat, and you just get thieves
Yeah.
can.
I was gonna say Serene Periwinkle's mom had thieves' can at some point because she has the linguist feat, and also I couldn't figure out if it was because she was a pirate or because she had the linguist feat, but it doesn't matter. Whatever, she had it.
That makes sense. Mav's character was able to make a cipher because of that thing as well. Or actually, no, decode a book in Avernus, that thing as well. But that's not for like a couple of years in the timeline.
Periwinkle would be better off getting like a magic item that permanently has the tongue spell on it, so you just understand all languages and can speak them.
Where am I gonna find that in the middle of winter?
You look over at a frozen pole. Oh, there's a few. Sorry, bad joke.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you start heading south following these tracks. And after about a half hour, you see the creatures that you've been following appear to be goblins based on their stature. All 6 of them groan, grunt, and curse loudly as they haul a bulky sled towards what appears to be a 20-foot tall wagon parked in the snow. Harnessed to this conveyance, I guess, are 2 roaring polar bears that do not look happy.
I finally get to throw in something there. I apologize to the rest of the party, but in Goblin, Prism goes, "Hey, wait up."
Okay. All right. Those 6 immediately turn around and they have spears at the ready. Actually, no, not spears. What am I saying? They got short bows and scimitars. The one pulls out its blade, and it says to you in Goblin, "Hey, this is our loot. Get out of here."
No, we're coming to help.
We starts looking behind you, sees the rest of them, and then we roll initiative.
Who looks in charge?
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's not exactly how I wanted the scene to go.
Okay.
But,
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm gonna give you a chance. Give me a persuasion roll.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Okay. It's a +0. Go figure. And I just lost my dice. Nope, there it is. Sorry. Not my greatest evening. Holy shit, 17.
You're coming to help us.
Yeah, it looks like you're having trouble with the loot.
All right, come with us. The boss probably want to talk to you. Got enough mouths to feed.
Okay, who's your boss? As we just calmly approach the group.
Izzleby.
Gesundheit.
If anything, make sure you don't look at her ear.
Oh dear.
Now help us, this sled's heavy as fuck.
Okay, give us just a moment. We just need to catch up.
It's almost as heavy as a Centaur. Actually, I don't know what a Centaur weighs, but it weighs a lot.
How many of them are there?
6.
Now 7 if you count Prism.
They all speaking
Goblin.
Goblin, right?
It's all
Yeah.
Goblin. Do any of you besides Prism know Goblin?
Nope.
Wait, no, that's the other one.
You got so excited. A language I never use.
One of them does. I don't know which one. That's always the.
Mhm.
I mean, my plan was just to let us get closer without having to engage in a battle with ranged weaponry. So how close do we get before somebody else does something stupid?
What do the rest of you do as Prism just holds on to part of the sled like the rest of them and starts hauling it to this wagon 120 feet away from them?
No. I never actually planned on helping them. I just wanted them to stop to let us catch up. I was never going to get that close to them.
Oh, what are you doing? Come on.
I will.
Do you want to help us or not?
Yeah, we're coming to help. Kind of gesture to the rest of the party. Well, come on, help them.
Is she betraying us?
Who's
No,
the
I'm letting you get the initiative.
who's the forwardmost
No.
goblin?
Probably the one talking to Prism.
Rowan will move up just so she's next to Prism and just look over her for like any sign like, what the hell are we doing?
Well, we're trying to help them, aren't we?
Does she notice the inflection on the word help?
So I gotta shoot him in the face.
Prism, you hear one of them say to the other, I don't know about this. It seems kind of sus. And he says,
So
what did I tell
River's
you?
taking-
What did I tell you about using those terms?
Before River makes the attack, I do want to ask,
hmm
would we have a chance to let everybody get as close to a target as possible? Or is that me assuming too much? And
If any of you are coming up from the 120 feet you were away, in Prism, I'm assuming you're about 60 feet yelling to them through the wind.
Mhm.
You're all gonna have to roll me deception checks. That'll be fairly low DC, but also not. I don't know. It'll be moderate DC of deception, just so they don't think you guys are coming to kill them. You know, guys don't have your weapons out and whatnot.
I'll move up 30 before I draw down.
let's wait to make sure if anybody else wants to get closer before taking that shot. Not all of us have that kind of range.
19 on deception.
Okay.
I would like to lie, but I'm really bad at it.
You're too good of a beam.
Yeah, so I rolled a 12, so it's an 11.
Okay.
Oof.
I'm that bad of a liar.
How about
Why on deception? Jesus.
How about you, River?
I rolled a nat 20 on deception, but so it's 19.
Okay.
Wasted my damn crit on
You don't know that. You may roll other dice or fucking words. You may roll other crits.
What about Perry?
Harry's really good at deception. I got a 21.
Your weapon isn't even visible. It's like in your backpack, we'll say. We'll go into your deception roll.
Is it Mary Poppins backpack?
I mean,
Maybe
all
like
Mary
just the
Poppins-
handle is, but not the blade.
All Mary
Okay.
Poppins' bag was a bag of holding.
I get.
Bibbidi boom.
They did not supply me with a bag of holding before they sent me on this journey.
Or,
into the cold.
Havers, Haversack, or whatever it's called. Try to remember. It's the backpack with the multiple tiny little bags of holding on it.
I think it's called the handy haversack.
Handy Haversack. I thought it was like Havers or something. Anyway, whatever.
There's enough people with weird names who have made things that it's believable.
It's just part of the super crap of fuckerific epiala bullshit.
Okay, so
We could always call it Tensors.
wrong camping. Okay, so all of you go to approach. How close do you all get? Do you guys get to the sled, do you think?
Well, it's gonna get to the sled beside a goblin. Just again, looking to Prism as she passes, trying to notice: are we jumping these idiots?
Okay, River, since you're trigger happy about this, you were 120 feet away from the sled, and the sled from the big
Well, since I'm a little
wagon is another
small,
120 feet away.
Oh.
So how close did you want to get to? Did you want to get to the sled, or were you going to move past the sled towards the wagon? You rolled high enough in your deception that they probably would just be very confused that you went past them, but it's up to you.
Well, you see, I'm so small and those node ranks so high. I'm going to get within 60 feet of both of them.
Okay. And how about everybody else? Everybody else just move to the sled?
Yeah, I would like to at least be 40 feet from the sled.
The
I
one
want to be up on the sled with the little living goblins.
the one goblin says, "Oh, holy shit, it's Centaur!" And Goblin. It's like, oh, that would help a lot. Maybe we can use them as a slave instead of these polar bears. I wonder if the boss will like.
How angry are those polar bears look?
Wait, where's your friend going? His river just walks right past.
Do the polar bears look angry that they're being used as beasts of burden?
They look like one's grump and one's not so grump.
We're now naming them Dan and Aaron.
Why are you looking at me funny, Prism?
Well, I mean, those are just polar bears.
No, I mean the goblins.
Oh, those are just goblins.
They look impressed and slightly intimidated by your size.
So
Greeting.
I have a quick question. I'm assuming harnesses on the polar bears. Do they look fairly complex or are they just simple ones?
Let me put that picture into Discord that I got on the tweet for this game.
If it's the one that you did for the tweet, then it looks like a simple harness.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
But as you can see from the picture, they are not happy to be there.
Okay. So I know what my battle plan is. Anybody else? Are you guys ready to help?
And I don't know what your battle plan is if you don't tell it.
No, that's the point. Are you ready to help?
If I could just get through this freaking snow.
Oh, I'm ready to help out.
I'm a horse. I'm always never ready.
Great. Our Centaur is Drax. What about Periwinkle?
I don't know what we're doing, but whatever.
We're
I'm
helping
good.
them. We're doing get help.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh no! Why are we doing get help? It's always so embarrassing.
Here's what I wanted to ask you. Could I shoot the leather straps and free the bears?
Can I advise you to save your shot?
Does anybody
Yes.
speak with animals? This is not like
I know, I'm wrong character.
wrong character.
The goblin's not sure what you guys are doing as you all are talking and not goblin. They seem a little confused and they just decide to keep hauling the sled towards the wagon.
So I'll go ahead and initiate my battle plan. I want to cast Unseen Servant and have them unhitch the bears.
That takes like a minute.
I mean, we're helping them. We've got a minute.
How long do they? Yeah, like how long are we walking? Is it far? I mean,
No.
they're polar bears.
Oh, sorry. Unseen Servant's only an action. I'm thinking of casting it as a ritual, which would be
Oh.
actually 10 minutes. What am I saying?
I wasn't quite
Duh,
sure what
I'm
you said
stupid. I'm sorry.
there. Give me an inspiration point for that.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Make
'Cause
those
I'm
spell
embarrassed.
slots rain.
I've used this spell so many times as a warlock, and somehow I just don't remember. But I guess I
Yeah.
just used it as a ritual because I didn't want to waste my 2 spell slots I had or whatever. In any case,
Fair. So yeah, I undo the polar bears.
okay, you go to do that. You're clearly casting a spell. It has verbal, somatic, and material components. And the goblins are like,
Can
oh,
I,
is it something to help lighten the load?
Yeah, I
And
was
the other
about
one's
to
like,
say-
ah, this still feels pretty heavy as you start to do that.
Oh, don't worry, it's gonna get light real quick here in a sec.
Do you know Goblin? Because they only know Goblin, so they're just speaking.
No, I do not.
Goblin.
Sorry, I forgot about that.
They seem to be talking to Prism, almost like they're confused.
Yeah, we're just getting ready. We're just getting everything ready to help. We're trying to lighten the load for them.
And Prism seems to be stalling them.
When I see the straps like drop, then I'll do something.
Yeah, I'm
So
gonna hold-
mysterious.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold-
Okay, we're gonna now roll initiative.
Yeah, I think
not
that's
technically in
right.
combat, but this is just so we can get like the order of everything. And no matter what we roll, Prism's gonna go first. Just because what started the initiative for me was getting the harness undone. Goblins are scaring me with how good they rolled.
Oh,
All
dear.
right. Garrett and Boy also somehow rolled better. Holy shit.
Wow.
Okay. Sorry, Rowan, what'd you get?
Say it's a 17, I think.
Okay, nice. Wild, what'd you get? Goes back to the tavern, she's just sipping coffee. River, what'd you get?
23.
Ooh, okay. Prism, what'd you get?
19.
Ooh. Periwinkle?
8.
Ooh, no, that's on average for Barbarian. And
One for
Valgg.
Callie.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
in the not exciting initiatives now. 12.
Oh, these were... Nah, they're not really in order. But anyway, we're going to start with Prism. You use an action to cast Unseen Servant. And then a round goes by and your Unseen Servant uses an action to remove one of the 2 harnesses. And to release the second one, it will be another action.
Okay.
For the Unseen Servant, not you.
I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
What's the bear's initiative?
It's the same as the Goblins.
Okay.
But I'll have them go after the Goblins.
All right.
Mostly because they don't...
I mean, they'd be lumbering towards them anyways.
mhm.
Okay. So
Okay, wait. After you, it's Rowan.
Ah.
Rowan, you see Prism casting a spell
Right, so I see them. I see her cast a spell.
towards
and
the
do I see?
huge wagon. And you see
I
something
did-
weird going on with the polar bear's harness.
Yeah, I saw it drop. Right.
hmm The
Right,
polar bear
please.
doesn't seem to have noticed yet.
All right, putting 2 and 2 together, Rowan just like her eyes just widen for a second, and then her mouth just like broadens into this grin, and it just looks over at Prism, and just goes, "Oh, you beautiful blue little imp," and just takes one of her axes and is going to get a little blood in the air and whack, get the first goblin with it, or at least try to, because who knows how my dice work.
Okay. Roll to hit. You have advantage. They were not expecting this.
Oh, sweet, thank you.
Leah is somewhat familiar with my tactical choices when it comes to setting up plans.
All right, so that is a soft 20 to hit.
Yep.
All right, and that is 7 damage with the first hand axe.
All right. The hand axe goes right between the eyes, and that goblin falls over dead. The
Nice.
others are like go to instinctively turn around, hearing the noise. We're still in bullet time, so they haven't realized what's going on yet.
All right, and I want to, I guess, would this be an unarmed strike if she can take the axe that has the goblin on it and just underhand huck it toward one of their friends, so it just splashes him with the splats into him and gets him covered in blood.
Wait, did you throw it, or did you?
Oh no, I just like introduced my axe's head to his face with like my fist.
In melee?
Yeah, in melee.
Yeah, sure. You can do another
Yeah, I
one.
want
You'd be close enough to another one.
Yeah, would it be an unarmed strike to do that, or would it just be another axe attack just to shove it into his buddy's hands?
Do you have 2 attacks?
Oh, I have my bonus action because I have unarmed fighting.
Oh,
Well, not
then
unarmed fighting. 2 have been
then-
fighting. 2 have been fighting. Yeah, 2 have been fighting, which means I can make a second attack and it doesn't get rid of the ability modifier.
okay, sure. I'll say that's your unarmed attack. It still statistically will be the same.
Okay, I will roll for that. So that is a 19.
Yeah, you
That
hit.
is,
You hit him.
yeah, and that's just 6 bludgeoning damage. Does it just smacks him in the face?
Yeah, and the handle of your axe actually hits them right in their big nose, and it breaks their nose.
Nice.
And the goblin's not looking so hot.
Yeah.
Then after,
Rowan,
oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I hit the mud by mistake. Rowan just whistles at the top of her lungs to try and get the bear's attention. And just goes, "Dinner's on, big guys." That's it.
Dinner could be us. What are you doing?
Valgg, you are next. The goblins are still surprised.
And
Everyone probably is. Well, some of you are.
Doesn't River go before me?
Yeah, but we started on Prism undoing the harness.
Oh. Okay. Okay. How many goblins there seems to be?
There are currently 5 around the sled. Well, now 4.
How heavy does the sled look like?
Considering it's covered in iron ingots, pretty heavy.
Are you thinking we just take the sled and run?
No, I'm thinking about flipping the sled.
Because if we just leave the bears to do it, we could just take the sled and run.
Give me an intelligence check. Being someone who does a lot of delivering goods, you probably could get a guesstimate on the weight.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Also, I can lift, drag, and push things as if I was one category bigger. But let me check intelligence. In intelligence, like saving throw.
Just intelligence skill check.
Oh, okay.
So just D20 plus intelligence.
Okay. 13.
Okay. You know that iron ingots, each one weighs about 10 pounds. You think there's about 60 of them there. You're not sure how much the sled would weigh, but the iron ingots are at least 500 pounds, if not more. Probably more.
500 pounds?
Mm-hmm. But you wouldn't be carrying them on your back, like you said. You'd be dragging them on the sled. But the sled also has a weight to it.
Yeah, I mean, so what I'm trying to think about doing is just basically running and trying to just make it like fall on its side, so the goblins fall, and the bears don't have to kill us to get the goblins.
Okay, that will be just a. You think it will be a fairly high strength check, if you just,
Okay.
or like a shove attack, I should say.
I will still try it because
With
I don't really.
with a charge, because you have your charge ability, instead of doing
Yeah.
damage, I'll say it's advantage on the shove attack.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I'll try.
Okay. Normally the goblins would get attacks of opportunity, but they have no idea what's going on yet. Poor little guys. And gals. And everything in between.
So it's with advantage. So 18. A shove attack, it's like a regular attack, right?
Yeah.
On the
It'd
dice.
be like
okay.
it would be equivalent to your hooves, I'll say.
So it's a 24.
Okay. With that, you are actually able to push it over.
Okay.
And I'm going to make 2 of the goblins roll dexterity saves, because they are on the other side, and you're pretty much pouring a bunch of iron ingots on top of them. And a sled. They both pass, so they only take some damage, but it's still a lot for them, because they're goblins. Okay. And that's your turn?
Yeah, that's my, yeah.
Okay. Periwinkle.
Yeah. Are there goblins near me?
You can be wherever you want. You all passed your deception check, so you could be wherever spots you were going to be, wherever you were
Okay.
heading. I would say you're within a movement of the sled, at least, which is where the goblins are. But you know they were heading towards this really big wagon with polar bears pulling it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna target one of them, and I'm not gonna rage because they're goblins.
Okay.
And
3 of the 4 are bloodied. 2 of them are bloodied by iron ingots.
Yeah, no, go for the one that's not bloodied.
Okay.
And then I'll take the 5 penalty to the roll, but I will also recklessly attack, so I get advantage.
Okay, to negate it. The goblins
well-
on their stats say they have shields, but I think it makes no sense for them to have the shields on them while they're pulling a sled. So they're just leather armor.
Okay, come on. Yeah, the 11.
An 11, they're actually able to get out of the way pretty much instinctually. They look down at the axe and they look up at you really scared.
Haha. You guys don't know a GIF, do you? And that's all I can do.
They say something back in Goblin, which Prism hears is, oh no, it's a devil. And then we loop back around, and now, Dr. River, I'm sorry for making you delay on that, but it is finally your turn. You can blow something up.
Don't worry, man. Just everyone's attacking. I'm here reading a book.
Because you are actually at the top of the initiative. It's just...
Okay. Which little fellows aren't hurt?
The one that Periwinkle just swinged at.
Wait, did she miss horribly?
Not horribly, but she missed.
And I had advantage.
But she gave herself a
And now
minus
they
5.
get- Yeah, and now they can attack me with advantage.
Well, seeing her swoop and like give it a nice breeze, I'll shoot that one.
Okay.
16 to hits.
Yep.
9 damage.
All right. You see a hole explode out of its chest, Barry, and it falls over dead.
I would have killed them with the +10. Like, completely obliterated them.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
goblins.
Okay. She's not smart. I never said she was.
And I want to move towards the giant thing that the bears were attached to.
Okay. You were 60 feet away, so now you're 30 feet away. Okay.
All right.
And as you do, you notice one of the bears is no longer in a harness. And it just realized it's no longer in a harness.
Okay.
And it's 30 feet away from you.
Okay.
All right. Garrett and Boy get to go because they rolled natural 20s. Garrett is going to keep Boy with him because he doesn't want Boy to get hurt after everything. And it might help if I had his stats up. He's going to shoot with his bow from the distance. So he's 120 feet away. Sorry, a longbow. He's not in long range with the bow yet, so he gets normal attacks. One of them hits, and I'll say it attacks one of the blood. Well, they're all bloodied, so one of them goes down with an arrow. And then, after them, one of the 2 remaining goblins left alive quickly pulls out a goat horn that they had around their neck, and they blow into it. And as they blow into the goat horn, using their action, you see, well, I would say Dr. River sees this more than anyone else. A goblin with one ear pops out of the roof of the wagon with a lit torch in one hand and a hooded hawk perched on the other.
Bird.
And she says something to someone inside the wagon. And then that's when River sees that there are other goblins inside that wagon. So that was most of the goblin's actions. I think there's one goblin left. Didn't do anything. Yeah, it's going to roll a morale check because you guys just pretty much wiped all their friends. Yeah, they're going to disengage and run away.
Are they running back towards the wagon where the bears are?
Yes, but taking the long way around, so they're actually trying to keep away from river. Actually, no. They start moving that direction, and then they jump towards the ground and they go and use their bonus action to hide. Because goblins have that. Okay. Let me mark down what it's got it for its stealth. The polar bears go. So the one polar bear, now seeing that it's free, starts moving towards the wagon. It looks over at River, and it looks really mad, like it's going to try to eat you or something. And it decides instead, after hearing like from the boss on the wagon, to turn around and head towards the wagon. And it attacks the wagon itself. Bite and claw. Okay. The claws got through, so he'd start to thrash at the wagon, doing a bunch of damage to it. And the goblins inside and on top are freaking the fuck out. Then we're back to Prism. So Prism, here's the rundown. You got one goblin left at the sled that had a bunch of iron ingots hit it, so it's not doing so hot. You got one freed polar bear that decided instead of going after the closer target, not the river, it went for the wagon. Almost like the polar bears have a grudge against their captors. And there are a bunch of goblins in the wagon. And you think the one with the one ear up there is the one that they were talking about. That was their boss.
Uh-oh.
120 feet away from the sled.
Okay. So bonus action, I'll go ahead and use the unseen servant to unlatch the other polar bear.
Okay.
I want to ask a question for my action.
Yeah, sure.
Did we determine if the grease spell does or does not ignite?
We did confirm it does not ignite. It did in every other edition, and they got rid of it in 5th.
Damn.
I went to look it up, and that's like everybody complains about that.
Yeah.
They still have the other option though.
There's plenty of fire cantrips anymore, so it's like,
Yeah, but I thought it'd just be hilarious to drop a grease spell on the lit torch of the goblin standing in the opening of the...
I mean, there's fires inside there. If someone was to make the flame a lot larger.
Hmm.
You have a couple fish.
I don't have any of the fish. I don't know who's carrying them, but I don't.
I think I have some. I don't remember if I have some or not.
Question on a different scale. Actually, wait, let me read the spell real quick. Creature or an object. Okay. So what happens when a torch that a goblin is carrying grows to twice its size?
It'll be a really big fire. Probably scare them.
They won't be able to hold it in one hand, right?
No, it would go upwards. You ever take the safety off of a little lighter and the flame's like twice as big? It doesn't go big down towards your hand. It goes upwards.
The spell causes it to expand in all dimensions. So it's not just expanding upward. Is it expanding outward from their grip and downward from their hand?
So you're casting in large. Want to cast in large on the torch?
I'm thinking about it, yes.
You're currently
Because it turns
100.
a handheld torch into a small campfire / fire
You're
in there.
currently 120 feet away. How far is the range?
Ah, shit. 30 feet. Guess I'm not doing that.
Hypothetically, though, if you did do that, the goblin would probably drop the torch.
That's kind of why I wanted to do it.
To answer the question.
I want to try and use control flames to pop the fire, to expand it. See if I can't catch the goblin on fire.
Are you within range of that?
I should be if I make my movement.
Okay, so 90 feet.
Shit, no.
Wait,
60 feet.
What's
Damn it.
your movement speed?
30.
Okay, it is 30.
So yeah, it would be 90. So
You can still move up.
I mean, I'll have to,
And
but
then you'll be 30 feet away from the sled and 90 feet away from the wagon.
okay.
And you haven't used your action yet, so you could dash as your action. So you'll be halfway.
Yeah, but that kind of defeats the point of actually being able to cause something other than unlatching a bear. I apologize. I was trying to be more tactical with this one, and it's not going as well as I'd anticipated. I'm sorry.
I actually kind of like this encounter because it adds a bit of range to everything.
I'll not cast anything just yet. I'll make my move, but I won't use my question. How far can I throw a flask?
10 feet. 15 feet.
Only 15 feet?
I think 15.
None of my plans are working, damn it.
I would say if you have a slingshot, you could use the sling's range. But
I
you would not
don't.
have proficiency in shooting potions with a sling.
Yeah, even then I wouldn't. Okay, yeah, I'll just call it. I can't do anything else.
So I've had an idea where I was going to play like either a goblin or a halfling. Actually, probably more likely a gnome, like a tinker gnome, that has a slingshot and it just shoots alchemist fires.
I have completely forgotten to do something that I gained from my spell types.
Oh,
1 second. I need to see if this is an action or a bonus action. For a long rest when you cast an abjuration spell. Is that abjuration?
Unseen Servant. It is conjuration.
Damn it. Okay, yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna end my turn. I take no action. I just move and do the bonus action.
Do you dash? Because then you'd be like half and half between the two.
Well, if I dash, then I may be in range for the next round, which is probably going to end before I get there. If I don't dash, I can save my action until the next round when I can move the rest another 30 feet and be able to do something. So it's effectively
You're gonna get another action next round anyway, regardless.
right. Well, that's true. Nah, I'll just saunter up 30 feet.
Also, don't you have mage armor?
It's already active, yeah.
Then you cast an abjuration spell. Start of the day.
Yep.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's one of the good things about being an abjuration mage. As abjuration mage, is you have like every 8 hours you can just cast that on you. You've got that abjuration spell for yourself.
Neat.
Mhm.
And it's once per long rest too. That's nice.
Yep,
What is it, like one freebie?
it's like
You cast it and you get a spell slot back or something?
No,
you
I get a
can-
magical ward.
you get the arcane ward.
Oh, that's
and
right.
If you wanted to take a short rest, you could use arcane recovery to get that spell slot back.
Okay, then yeah. I guess I would have had this arcane ward. How long does it last? Lasts until you finish a long rest. So I've got 11 free HP.
Nice.
Nice. So yeah, anyways, yeah, that's my turn. Just 30 feet. I'll saunter up.
Okay. I gotta get hit points for the wagon. Give me a second. Totally forgot.
I apologize for that taking so long.
You are fine. I'd rather coming up with creative ideas. Then after your turn, it is Rowan's turn. Rowan, there is one goblin left.
Okay. How close is this goblin to us?
I'll
Is he
say
like
I'll say it's 10 feet away from you. It was on the other side of the sled, which Valgg just tipped over, giving it cover. But you could easily
Okay.
go move around the other side and attack it.
all right? I think I have an idea. One second, I want to check something.
Okay, so another thing to keep in mind: this sled. Should I mention this before? This isn't like an individual, like one person sled, like the one you ride down a hill. This is like a big one where you would carry a bunch of stuff on it. So it's probably like 10 feet long sled.
All right, so Rowan is going to just do that, just going to round the other side of the sled because the goblin's pinned under the sled, right?
It is not pinned under the sled.
Alright.
It just got hit by a bunch of ingots as they spilled over.
Okay, Rowan is going to just calmly walk around to where that goblin is at and just take a swipe at it with her, one of her hand axes, like just casually, kind of like offhand, just walking by, just swing on it.
Okay.
And that is 12.
Actually, that does not hit.
Oh,
You hit the
she
leather
watches-
armor, but it does not get through it.
Yeah, she sees that and then just like looks a little annoyed and takes the other action and tries to swipe at it this time. Just like stay dead. That's not gonna hit either.
This is the goblin that had the horn too.
So she like doesn't hit this thing twice and just goes, "Oh, all right. You might be worth my while, little one." Just like grins angrily. However, no, it doesn't act. So I can't do that. Never mind. That's my turn. I can't do anything.
Okay. After you, it is Valgg's turn.
Okay, so Rowan is fighting against the goblin here in the flip card, and then there's the other goblins on
Then
the.
there's a polar bear attacking that wagon 120 feet away. That has goblins in it.
Okay.
And you know another goblin ran away and just pretty much ostriched, except it actually went fully under the snow.
Does the other card look that it weights kind of like the same?
No, the wagon's much bigger.
Okay. I'm not gonna flip it then.
You're pretty sure you couldn't flip it even if you tried.
I
On
know.
your own, you'd need probably both polar bears to help you.
Hmm.
Which one seems like they're kind of trying to do that as they're trying to claw their way into this wagon.
Well, I'm gonna run towards that wagon. Because I mean, like, Rowan doesn't seem like to be in trouble at all, right?
Nah.
Okay.
Periwinkle's there too, so you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll run there.
Okay,
How far is
it's
it?
120 feet away.
Okay, I'll dash then.
So now you're
I move 80 feet.
okay. So now you're 40 feet.
Well,
away.
I dash 80 feet.
So now you're 40 feet away.
Oh, then I will action surge and throw an axe to the chief.
Oh, okay. You notice them panicking, digging around in their satchel like they're trying to grab something really quick as you throw that. Wait, can you throw 40 feet?
At disadvantage.
Wow, okay.
I can throw 60 feet at disadvantage to any normal. So disadvantage is
Then throwing a potion or something would be 10, 30 range. Then. My bad.
if it's a 15.
And at the very last second, they're able to pull up their shield, and it goes into the shield.
Okay. And that's my turn.
Okay. After you, it is Periwinkle's turn.
Okay. I'm going. All right. So you said.
Andrew pops out, and he had used his action on his turn since the allies got to move. He was technically went when Rowan went, or not Rowan. Garrett went.
Okay.
He is gonna aid you using the help action, so you have advantage on your next attack.
Oh.
So pretty much what he does is he climbs out of your backpack, and you see him just go, and he gets on the goblin's face.
Okay. So there's a goblin. Rowan's got a goblin.
Yeah, that's
And-
the same goblin.
Okay. So Andrew's jumping on that goblin.
Yes. And that goblin's freaking out trying to get him off. He's just like crawling around everywhere on it.
I say, Rowan, you got something like going on, but do you need help? Like,
Owen just smirks and he's like, no, I think I've got this one well in hand.
okay, well, I think Andrew can help out. Is it okay if I give my advantage to Rowan with Andrew?
On the next turn, yeah.
Okay.
Andrew, you notice Andrew has moved underneath their clothes. And they're like, and they're like trying to get at the hand.
Okay. You got this,
Thank you.
buddy. You're welcome. I'm going to, if I move my movement, which is 30 feet.
You are now
is
90
anyone
feet.
near- Okay. Is anyone near me?
Prism would be. You'd be pretty much right next to Prism if you wanted to be. Don't be too excited, Jenkins.
Well, F
No,
you too.
No. Look, I don't want to accidentally kill you if I go into rage. And then
Accidentally.
I.
You don't have to be right next to Prism. It's just you and Prism would be the same distance between the wagon and the
Okay.
sled.
All right. I need. Is there a way that I can get through to? Because I'm scared of casting rage and then number one happening. So is there a way that I could go 30 feet and be like 30 feet away from
No.
Shit.
Not without not without being closer to the wagon. If you're trying to get closer to the wagon, that'd be impossible.
Okay.
I would say you could get at most like a 10-foot distance between you and Prism.
Okay. I am. I cannot take that chance of knocking you down, so I'm not going to rage. I'm just going to use my action to continue running. So 60 feet total.
Okay, so now you're 60 feet between both the sled and the wagon.
Okay. So that was my action. Is there anyone near me now?
Closest one to you is Valgg, who's about
And
20
how-
feet ahead of you.
I'm just scared of rolling one.
Raging's bonus action, right?
Yes, it is.
And if you really want to make sure you're not within 30 feet of anybody, I'll
Yeah.
say you're able to with your dash. You move up ahead, but you're not within 30 feet of Valgg
Okay. Then
or
I'm gonna-
Prism.
Then I'm going to do I'm going to bonus action rage. And then I'm going to hold my breath and hope that number one doesn't happen. And I have a feeling
Periwinkle turns into a fireball and dies immediately.
no. Magic infuses one weapon of your choice that you're holding until your rage ends. The weapon's force type changes. Weapon's damage type changes to force and negates the light and thrown properties. Okay.
Oh, you had the best one again.
So I did. I so far have not screwed myself. But yeah, so now I'm just holding Milnar, but
Yeah, your
a
axe,
giant axe.
it has like the heart shape in the middle of it, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
more patterns and stuff seem to flare out of it and more engravings as it gains that wild magic.
Okay. And then I think that is my movement, my action, which I moved, and my bonus action. So that's it.
Okay. Then, Dr. River, it is your turn.
So I'm still 30 feet from the wagon.
Yes.
All right. How many goblins are on top of the wagon? The one with one
You'll
ear
only
still
see
there?
the one with the one ear.
I'll pop a shot up at them as I'm closing the distance.
Okay.
$16 to hit.
They deflect it with their shield.
Okay.
They're surprising me.
I'll still close within, get that right next to the wagon.
Okay. So you're pretty much right next to the polar bears if you want to be.
I'll go to the back of the wagon.
Okay. Okay. Then after you, since Garrett's gonna shoot more arrows at that last goblin. Both somehow miss. Okay, that was quick. Then it is Prism's turn. Actually, wait, no, sorry. Goblin's turns. So, the Goblin boss, the first thing they do is they duck back into the wagon, and as they're going back into the wagon, you see them starting to drink something. And the two that are in, well, probably more than two, but you see two out of the bits of the wagon that are getting torn up are starting to shoot at the polar bear with bows and arrows. Let's see, I think they only get one attack each. Yep.
Potential of my original plan.
Wow,
I
they
feel stupid.
hit with both. So
Perfect.
a few
timing.
arrows go into one of the polar bears.
No.
Then the second polar bear comes in, and instead of going after the wagon, it starts running straight towards Valgg.
Makes sense.
And it attacks.
Sorry.
That's fine. I assume we would have to kill the first.
A dirty 20 and an 18.
If it matches, it's a pass.
If it matches, it passes.
Yeah, they both pass.
Okay. Wait. Yeah, if it matches, it passes. Then you take a total of 21 piercing and slashing damage as they bite and claw at you.
Ouch.
I am so sorry.
It's fine.
Then it is Prism's turn.
Okay, so
10 feet in front of you.
here's how stupid I am.
Oh, 20
Remember
feet in
how
front
I
of
was thinking of enlarging the torch?
you. Yep.
I want to shrink the cart. Cast shrink on the entire cart and crush them inside.
Can you enlarge reduce that?
Yes. Enlarge reduce says creature or object.
And it doesn't specify the size of the object?
It generally specifies a size or a weight.
Target creature you can see to range grow larger or smaller for the duration. Choose creature that is neither worn nor carried. Neither applies to the cart. If the target is unwilling, it's relevant. On success, spell has no effect. The target creature, everything it's wearing and carrying changes size with it. Any item dropped by an affected creature returns to normal size. Does not specify that I can't use it on a cart.
Considering that enlarge, if there isn't enough room for it, it just goes to as big as it can be. I would say reduce would work the same way. So it would shrink to just where they would be able to just tightly fit into it, and then it would stop shrinking.
Bah.
So you would know that before you cast it.
All my good plans.
I mean, but how big does that really have to be with just 3 goblins, or however many's in there?
This wagon is big enough that it looks like it could have fit all the goblins in here.
So
And with how many little there are now, you're just shrinking it and making it easy for the bears to get at them. They don't have to claw through the whole thing. They just have to get through a small little lunchbox.
you're turning it from a wagon into a Klondike bar.
Valgg,
Yes.
I'm sorry the polar bear's attacking you. You're enlarged.
Oh, that's a big boy. Sure.
You get an extra D4 on your strength-based.
I won't
Attacks.
resist. Yes.
Gigavolg. Prism, are you just like, let my creature grow?
Please.
Fuck you, I am not Rita Repulsa. Despite the
That's-
similarities.
Wait, that's a compliment.
Yeah, it is.
Rita Repulsa?
Yeah.
Rita Repulsa is like
She's
the
like, one
best.
of, she's like one of the best villains.
2,000 years.
I don't
It is a
know.
classic.
I mean, I don't know a single person who doesn't like Rita Repulsa.
Well, you knew now.
Yeah,
I know one
her name
now.
her name is ironic because no one's repulsed by her.
Yeah.
I've never liked her. It may
Why?
just simply be because of the dislike and the hatred that Power Rangers originally instilled in me of her. But I've
But-
never liked her at all.
She had monsters and she made them grow. She was my favorite when I was a kid.
Well, I can understand that for you.
Lluis, you now have to make putties.
Yeah, I mean,
Let
that is
him go with
weird.
something. Yeah.
Don't those already exist in Retroverse though?
Yeah, we have the Muddies.
The legally distinct and totally not the same thing muddies.
Now
Exactly.
you have to draw sexy putties.
He already has, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, yeah, I made twink buddies, of course, because everything I draw, it's a twink. Anyway, let's.
So anyway, Prism, your action was to cast Enlarge on Valgg, right?
Yes, and
And you
how
moved up
close was-
30. So now you're 30 feet away.
Okay, yeah.
You are 10 feet away from the enlarged Valgg and Polar Bear.
Bonus action to use my unseen servant to open one of the cart windows to pull it up so that River can see inside.
Okay. It tries to open it and it is locked from the outside.
From the outside?
Yes. It's almost like this wagon was built for battle.
If it was locked from the outside, wouldn't I be able to, the unseen servant be able to unlatch it and open it?
Nope. Because it's outside.
If it's outside and the
Sorry,
servant
it's
is
locked from the inside.
Okay, okay.
Oh,
I was
okay.
confused, so I'm like, what?
Inaccessible from the outside.
Apologies. In that case, what can I have my unseen servant do?
That?
Can I have the unseen servant move up and take the hood off the hawk? Oh wait, no, they're inside the cart, so I
Yep.
wouldn't be able to see that.
Yep.
Actually, I don't have to see that. Would the servant be able to do that?
No, it's not a ghost. What's its movement speed?
Double checking.
And does it have like a fly or anything like that?
AC 10, 1 health point, strength 2. It can't attack. Turns, can move 15 feet and interact with an object.
Okay. So I'd say that you could get to the top of the wagon and open the top of the wagon. The hatch that's up there. That'd be 15 feet of movement.
That it would. And that's actually a good setup for if my next step would be needed. So I'll do that. I'll move it up to the top of the cart.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Rowan. Rowan, there is a still that goblin.
Yep, still I got one.
You and Periwinkle are flanking him.
Oh, Ah, that's right. Nice.
Well, you were,
So-
but then Periwinkle ran off. That's right.
Right, but now
And-
Andrew is helping now.
Yes, so you have advantage.
That's 16.
And that with that you do hit.
Nice. So that is going to be. So that is 6 damage total.
What's up, Garf?
Oh, hello, Garfield.
You talking a lot. Meow. Meow meow.
Frotha, pay attention.
That's
Pay
essentially
attention.
that's essentially what's going on.
Yes, pay attention to me, Frotha.
From inside the wagon at this point, those of you that are close enough within 30 feet of the wagon can hear inside, yelled in common from a raspy goblin voice, "Mercy! Help us! Truce!
We are helping you.
I don't want to die!" In goblin.
Cute is she?
Sorry, would it be an alignment change if I just go, I don't care?
Yes,
I
but it doesn't
got-
matter in fifth, so it's whatever.
got at the 6 for total damage.
Yep. Oh, that one's dead.
Yeah.
Like it's like freaking out, and you just like chop it in the chest, and it like falls over dead. You're like, oh no, I might have hit Andrew or something, and Andrew just like crawls out of the collar.
Actually, can I flavor this a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
How tall is the goblin?
About half your height.
Half my height. Okay, so what happens is Rowan just shoves it back with the axes, and then takes both axes, drives them into either side of its neck, puts her foot on its chest, and just pulls back until pop, the head comes off. And then just stands up and cracks her neck.
And with that, the goblin's cadaver falls down, and there's like a Bugs Bunny like burrowing thing that's a hand size as it starts moving towards the wagon.
She just says, "Thank you, Andrew," and then just spins
see
her
it.
axes.
You see half of the hand pop up out of the snow and goes. "Beep." And then
I
goes back
would
to
laugh if it went like shark fin style, but only a thumb.
Oh yeah, let's go with that.
That's just perfect. I love it. And so with
Okay.
that done,
That if the thumb is up, acting as a fin, how the fuck is it moving?
With the like,
It's
you
a
know,
magic hand.
it's using the other hands to just the other fingers just pull it along in the snow.
But you can't do that if the
No.
thumb is sticking up like a fin.
No, backwards, so it's like
Dude.
this.
Andrew does push-ups, and her like the
No,
four
the-
Hand
digits
ups.
are super strong. Yeah, hands
The
up,
motion
yeah.
the motion is like you are pulling your fingers back to your hand. Like just like
Wait, does
Yeah.
he do cuticle calisthenics?
Yes.
I'm
Do
so
you
sorry,
even
I
finger
asked.
lift?
so.
Never
with
be
that-
sorry you ask.
So with that done, Rowan just like does the cool like spin of her axes and just starts slowly walking towards the cart, just like trying to just have an image of just like this lone woman with 2 axes just slowly approaching.
Would,
And
would the slow approach still be your normal movement? Just more of
oh yeah, just normal movement, just
Okay.
a steady, slow, menacing pace. Which who here speaks giant, by the way?
Andrew does.
The hand does.
Yeah.
I do.
Well, he
Okay.
understands giant.
Right. So everyone who can speak giant will hear Rowan just like muttering just under her breath, but loud enough to be heard. The tale of an undying god who nothing could harm. She's basically reciting the tale of Balder
Hmm.
aloud, just so anybody who can hear it and understand it just gets the image of this this woman with just like menacing eyes and 2 axes dripping with blood walking towards them through the snow, just babbling in a language they don't understand like a lunatic.
So what you're saying is, as you're walking and doing this, you're basically doing Baldur's Gate.
Indeed. Her gate is a Baldur's Gate.
I thought you were going to go into a tale about how the son of the fire giant god went off to try to fight Tiamat. I thought that's where you were going. for some reason. Totally not a callback to
Nope.
previous campaign.
Nah.
But whatever. Anyway, you're speaking.
I said-
You're speaking that frost giants hear this down in the wind, and they're just like, "That sounds like a really small giant." In any case,
Should River get some inspiration for that? Because that was a good pun.
I think River already has inspiration point.
Ah, darn it.
I'm sure
did not.
River's always, I mean, like Map's always stacking inspiration like crazy.
Actually, I haven't got any this time.
Oh, that's true. But we're gonna go to Valgg. You were 20 feet away, I think.
Yeah, 20 feet away from Periwinkle. I think it was like
Yeah, you threw an axe at the boss, and it stuck in their
Yeah.
shield, and they went back in the wagon.
Yeah.
But
Well,
you are
I-
currently fighting a polar bear. In
Yeah,
your...
I was gonna say I have no pressing problems right here. So yeah, I'm gonna use my bonus action to do second win myself.
Mhm.
Well, I can always second win myself. So.
How crazy would it be if you could second wind other people?
Yeah, no, that would be broken as well. It's 1 to 10. Okay. As I grow, I heal.
Watch this fighter grow.
Yeah, 12 HP as I grow. And I will have a really serious question because I grew 1 category bigger for the purposes of the game, right?
Hmm.
So since I have like the power build, does that mean that I can carry, lift, and move things?
4
Two
times.
categories
Instead
bigger.
of double, it's quadruple.
You are not.
Oh,
about to
yes,
do
I
it.
am.
Oh my god.
Also, you're both the
Yes.
same size category, so there wouldn't be a disadvantage if you, I don't know, attempt to grapple or something.
Hmm. Okay, so right now I am technically, if I was to like lift this thing and throw it 1 category bigger than this thing.
You could, yes. In your current enlarged form.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yes, yes. I'm sorry, this is just too cool.
Good.
I am
I'm trying to remember what
actually,
the slice of life anime was, but the one with like the principal that suplexes the deer.
yeah,
I'm thinking that, but it's the other way around. Like you're the deer and you're gonna suplex the polar bear.
yeah. I mean, I also love how ominous it is after it's like biting and shredding on me. I just grow and heal and grab it. And what I'm gonna do is, I mean, I'm gonna try to grab this bear and throw it at the other bear.
Okay, let's go.
What do I have to do?
You roll a strength attack, not proficient strength attack.
Oh, I'm still good at it. Okay.
Or actually, no. Yeah, you're not proficient with unarmed, so not proficient strength attack. And add a d4 on top of all of that.
Right. So
And
that's
Pretty
it's already a 22.
And then I roll either an athletics or acrobatics check, and you're trying to beat that.
Okay, that's a 22, 24 total.
Yeah. Grappled.
And yeah.
I would say the bear was like attacking you on its hind legs and stuff. And after the attacks and you grew bigger, you just kind of just like shouldered into it, and now you're just holding on to it. You're wrestling a polar bear. Congrats.
Yeah. So,
Vex
yeah,
would be proud.
Are you able to do anything else on your turn?
can I? It was this an action?
It was your attack action.
Okay. Then that's it.
Okay.
Well,
Can you do
No,
anything
not
as
really.
no? Your bonus action was second wind. So
can I move?
yes, you can move half your movement when you're grappling something.
That's freaking enough. I will move 20 feet to the other bear and hit it with my hooves.
Okay, I don't think you've seen this, Lluis, because it's an American thing. But in American football, they have like these big stands that the guys will tackle, and they'll like try to push across the
Oh
field.
yeah, no, I've seen it in movies.
That's what you're doing with this polar bear. So you move it 25 feet, right? Or no, 20 feet. Your movement's
20.
Yeah,
My movement is 40. Yeah.
yeah. So you pin it on the wagon.
Okay. The size damage.
You don't do any damage, But holy shit, everyone's like, holy shit.
Oh no, because if I move 20 feet, I get a hoof attack as a bonus action.
Oh, but you already used your bonus action for second wind.
Oh right, that's true.
Oh,
forgot
that would have
about
been
that.
that would have been good. That would have been good.
When Vex sees the VOD for this, she is going to regret she missed this.
Okay, Valgg, do you have an inspiration point?
Yes, I do.
I'll allow you
Excellent.
to spend it, and you can do an attack if you want.
Okay, yeah.
Because
Sure,
I
'cause
I really like this.
I always forget to spend them anyway. So, the hoofs. So that's
Did you nat 20?
yes.
Let me get it. Let me get the PDF.
I'm both super happy because this is epic. Also, I'm kind of sad because I critted on the hooves.
But the hooves are 2d4 or something, aren't they?
With a crit, it's 2d4 plus 4 plus 1d4 because I'm on large. So it's 3d4 plus 4.
Oh yeah. Keep in mind your enlarged dice also doubles.
4d4 plus 4. 10.
Okay, before you do any of those rolls, give me the D100 roll. As we use Xanathar's Lost Notes to everything else, one of the most bought items on the DM's Guild.
Uh, 83.
Ooh, a high number. Okay, the polar bear cannot make any opportunity attacks till the end of its next turn. Now,
Okay.
roll that damage.
That's 17. Not bad.
Oh, wow, okay. Let me get a calculator because it's a weird subtraction. So you're just your hooves are pretty much scraping up the belly of this polar bear as you're holding it upright, and you're kind of upright as well with it, and you're just pushing forward while scraping at it with your hooves. Wow. Okay.
I hope like Goblin Senpai notices me.
Put this out there just as a learning experience. Some of the smallest creatures can cause the biggest effects.
Yeah.
Yeah, never underestimate kobolds. And that's Valgg's turn.
The Goblin
Kobolds?
like what?
In this case, goblins.
Kobolds?
Heard him.
Well, technically kobolds are smaller, so that's why I was...
I said one of the smallest.
Oh, yeah, and
I'm a
goblins.
fucking thank you.
Cries in Bullywug.
Why does no one like bullywugs?
I
I
love
like
them.
bullywugs. But anyway, side ranting whatever aside, Periwinkle, it is your turn as you just got to see that marvelous display just happen. He
That was
literally
cool as hell!
he literally pushed it past you.
Thank you.
He pushed it past me.
Yeah, he pushed it into the wagon because you weren't at the wagon yet.
Okay. So how the lady with the ear and the falcon?
She's got cover inside the wagon. You
Oh,
can
she's
see
in the wagon.
you can see two other goblins with bows, and they're like arrow slits through the wagon, and they're desperately shooting at this polar bear.
Okay, so I can't see the lady with the falcon.
No.
All right.
The those two that you
Falcon.
can see have 3/4 cover, but you can see them and attack them if you wanted.
All right. Well, how far away are they from me?
20 feet
20 feet.
or 30 feet, because yeah, I just remembered you were 30 feet away.
Can I flavor it? So I'm running and I throw my axe at one of the holes of the wagon to try to like pin them. Because I move 30 feet, and if I'm moving 30 feet and I throw my axe while I'm moving, that's my action. Am I not allowed to do that?
It would be your attack action.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Hang on.
I'll just let you know those goblins have a +5 bonus to their armor class. So this might be a little tricky to hit.
Okay. Yeah, hang on a second. Yeah, Vex said I couldn't use the Great Weapon Master unless I.
You have to be two-handed. It has to be a great weapon. Like you have to be two-handing it.
Yeah, well, I'm not two-handing my axe right now, so it's still it has to be a melee. It is what it is, but
Mhm.
it's not melee if I'm throwing it.
You could, because you definitely would be in range. Just get right up to the wagon, two-hand, in there. It'd be the same roll, but you would get that
I know, but
greater
it'd
weapon
be
feat.
cooler. I want to be cool. Valgg just did something cool. Hang on. I'm going to reckless attack gives me advantage. But I'm gonna I guess I'll go up to the thing and give myself the +10 to the attacks.
+10 to
No.
attack?
Yeah, but to the attacks damage. It's a -5 penalty, but it's 10 damage.
Okay.
The attack.
So statistically, what this would be is if you do that, the goblin essentially got a +10 to its armor class. If you do that, because it gets it gets +5 armor class from being in so much cover, and you give yourself a -5 to hit.
But it's not. It's just a straight roll because I have +5, so it's yeah. So okay, so he has +5 armor. So but I have advantage on this roll, and I'm going to try to be cool. And I'm running up to it, and I think when I run up to it, I do two-hand it, and I drive it into what I think is his skull. So okay, hang on. 15.
You put it into the wagon.
Fork.
Sorry.
I look in the hole. I'm like, no, I don't look in the hole because there's a freaking thing there. I'm like, ah!
Here's Perry.
Right next to you is the polar bear.
I thought you were taking care of the polar bear.
No, Valgg has one polar bear, but there's been one attacking the wagon this whole time too.
Why did I attack the wagon then?
I don't know. Because you're a barbarian and you just run straight in. The polar bear. It's just then that you notice there's a polar bear right next to you.
Shit, there's a polar bear.
And it looks like it does not give a fuck about you. It looks like it's also raging, and it's like trying to get at the goblins.
I'm like, hey, I'm not gonna say anything to him. We didn't. No, just go to the next turn. I'm done. I'm through with embarrassing myself.
Dr. River.
Unbearable.
Oh God.
Sorry.
Dr. River, it's your turn.
All right.
Remember, right? You're at the back of the wagon.
All right. That's what I was going to get at. Is there a hatch there?
You know it would be an action for you to open up the back of it.
But is there a hatch there?
Yeah. On the roof. That's opened. You actually saw it just by itself just go and open up.
If I climb this thing, would I be able to get in there without having to open a hatch?
Yes. Do you have an innate climb speed?
Don't believe so.
What's your movement speed?
30.
Okay. If you use your full move, you'll be on top of the wagon looking down into the hatch.
So I can like scale the side and go into that little side entrance.
There's no side entrance. Well, no, there is in the back, a double door in the back, but you would have to unlock it and open it, and that would take your action.
Well, I was looking at the image, like on the second story of it, it has that big opening towards the front.
Ooh. Okay, yeah, I'll say you can get in that way.
I'll go inside.
Okay, you see a one-eared goblin just threw a vial on the ground, and it looks at you surprised and angry. And you're within melee because it's a tight enclosed area. You see that there's like a little hatch that goes down with a ladder that goes down into the area down below.
All right, I'll draw down on her and hold an attack. Basically telling her to reach for the sky.
In what language?
Common.
Okay. No check needed. Hands in the air.
Tell your others to stand down and come out.
She says stuff in Goblin.
What did she say?
I'm trying to think of the right words that she'd say. Essentially, we stand down. Everyone else get up here so we don't get mauled by a polar bear. But in much shorter words.
I've got it secured. Take care of the bears. I'll still hold the action in case they try something.
Okay. That's your turn?
Yep.
Okay. The goblins quickly scurry up on their turn. Up there, and they have short bows and stuff. And they see you, and there's only two of them and the boss. And they go to put their hands up, and she's looking nervously down, and you can just hear like the growling and stuff, and they're like, thunk, as a large-sized Centaur just grappled another polar bear into the side of the wagon. And the place is just rocking a whole bunch and whatnot. The torch that the goblin boss had before is in a sconce right next to the manhole that's open. And I think that's all they're going to do on their turns. But the polar bears are still going. So the grump one continues attacking the wagon. And it's not doing so well, actually. Then the one that is grappled does not like being grappled, so it's actually going to try to get out of the grapple. So, Lluis, I need you to roll me that strength grapple check again.
Okay,
I
that's
think you have advantage because you're enlarged.
No, they're the same size, so it's equal.
hmm.
Or no, wait, no, is it? You might be right. It might still be advantage.
Yeah, I have powerful builds. I don't think it applies in this.
Yeah, it just says you have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. So you have advantage on this and instead of the D4 bonus. Okay, that's what it is.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay, what'd you get?
Oh, not very good, but I still get a +4. So 15.
Okay. The polar bear is able to brute force its way out of your grip with a 21.
Okay.
And that was its action. And it looks like it wants to do more, but it used its action. So that was that polar bear's turn. You hear a yip out in the snow somewhere, and no one can find Andrew. You remember how that goblin was hiding in the snow, and how Andrew was like going through the snow?
Oh.
You might have ran into something. Then it is Prism's turn. Prism, you would have heard all of that with River.
Everything has gone according to plan so far, so I'm forced to continue with what my original plan was, hence the unfortunate part.
According to Kokyaku?
What?
Sorry, dumb weeb joke. According to plan.
And I didn't hear the word that you.
Keikaku.
Keikaiku? That's what it is? Okay.
Yes,
Oh,
Keikaku.
okay.
Keikaku. Keikaku. Can't remember. My Japanese is really rusty.
Everything has gone according to plan.
Just say,
I
just say,
think with gushes of claws in my
just use the DBC abridged one and say just according to cake.
I mean, it worked. I want to throw a flask of oil up to my unseen servant as my action.
Okay, you do that. It's in the air.
As my bonus action, I want my unseen servant to pour the oil onto the torch that's at the rim of the hatch and down into the cart.
You want River's in there.
No, he's out on the front.
No, he crawled in.
I thought he was out on the front standing from...
No, he crawled into the second floor area where the light is on the picture.
Right. So I thought he was out on the platform, keeping
Nope.
a distance so he wouldn't be in melee with the gun.
Nope.
There goes our first blue on blue.
What?
Friendly fire.
Hmm.
River, suddenly a strange liquid starts pouring in through the manhole in the top, and as it does, it hits the torch, and the torch is just and everything inside. Actually, I think literally everybody but Rowan and Prism need to give me dexterity saving throws.
Ooh.
This includes the polar bears.
Thanks.
Even Valgg.
I said Vex, Valgg. Okay, everyone but Rowan and Prism, dexterity saving throws.
Even though he had a bear in between him and the cart.
Yeah, because he's close enough for this explosion.
Oh, it's an oh.
Yeah. Oh shit. Okay.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Valgg?
6.
No.
That should be a fucking 6.
Can I spend my inspiration point to give him advantage?
Sure.
Roll again. Please don't die on me.
What did River get?
Dirty
Hey.
20.
Oh, that's right. And then what was the new roll?
So in this alternate universe, I got a dirty 20.
Ooh.
Oh, thank God.
So it's not going to be the flight of the Rohirrim.
So 3 dirty 20s.
So remember how my other wizard almost killed the party with an ice knife? I almost killed my party with a...
Callie knows nothing about that. Killing somebody with an ice knife.
Oh, that's fine.
But the wizard in the ice campaign almost kills him with a miniature fireball.
Miniature fireball.
Apparently that's what I've done.
Fire circle.
Was there like a powder keg below?
You didn't know it was down there.
This is like Sea of Thieves. They need to put the powder kegs up in the crow's nest.
I wanted
Oh,
the
shit.
Falcon. Ah.
Well, now you get
fried
wings.
chicken.
Oh, that I forgot about the Falcon. It had 1 hit point. Yeah, that thing is gone.
I wanted the goblin.
Patient.
So
Hello, you have reached the inbox of, hey, how does this thing work?
so my unseen servant's gone. Definitely.
Yeah.
AC of 10.
Okay,
hit points.
so I made the DC 15. So I think everybody passed. So the people that passed only take 5 fire damage. As the wagon explodes.
I have resistance to fire. Does that
Yeah,
mean I don't
that
get
makes it
any
a
or
2.
half?
That means you
Okay,
take 2.
cool.
So
It's
how
always
far do I
rounded
go
down.
flying? Is there a flaming
Because
kobold
you
that gets shot
passed.
into the snow?
Because you passed, I'll say you're not prone. You are in the rubble, though. I'll say you were.
Well, Well, if I get thrown from it, I'll just land a snow blank, so I wouldn't take bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, no, I would say you're 5 feet away from it, from like an above grid perspective.
Rowan's
It was
like,
an
walking-
explosion, but not a big explosion, just enough that it just from the inside and broke it apart.
So it wasn't Michael Bay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Rowan's walking towards the thing. She's been doing badass shit, and then all of a sudden the thing explodes. Everybody's like, "All right, all right." Yeah.
Both
What a-
polar
what a
bears
fun.
are on fire.
Oh.
They did not
Well,
make
it's
their
just-
checks.
As that happens, Rowan just pauses mid stride and watches it go up and just goes, "Huh, I should have changed stories to start, but oh well."
You know what's really funny about this?
Hmm?
Prism, you still have a move. Do you want to do anything?
Back up a few feet, yeah.
Little flaming beats of debris just dunk, 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 every once in a while as you're slowly backing away. Rowan.
Can
So-
I see?
So here's the scene. Both polar bears are on fire. Just a bit. Like they got like singes and some of them have a little bit of spots that are on their fur that caught on fire. One goblin is somehow still alive in this debris, though it looks extremely shell-shocked and is completely black with soot. The wagon's pretty much gone at this point. The polar bear that's fighting Valgg is still pretty much next to Valgg. But they're both
And-
prone.
And the one that was attacking the wagon? Do they?
They're
how
both
bad do
they're
they
both
look?
burnt and prone.
How bad
Um,
do they look?
I mean, they both definitely look hurt. The one that Valgg was fighting more so.
Right.
That one looks really hurt.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to steal a kill from Valgg. So I'm going to walk up to the other one. And when you say they're prone, what direction prone are they facing? Is it
They're like
belly up?
laying on their side because of the explosion, you know.
Okay. Hmm.
And it's like starting to get itself back up, but it's not its turn.
Alright.
So.
So it just looks dazed, right?
Yeah,
Can I try and
like
just...
you got a little bit of that tinnitus in your ear too.
Yeah. Could I try and just, I don't know, animal handle it to just tell them that it's okay, we're not going to hurt it?
Somebody's actually going to do that in this encounter? I mean, yeah, sure, you can do that.
Yeah, we just...
more.
However, it will be a disadvantage because you know everything that's happened so far.
Fair.
See, Garfield agrees. Oh, you don't say.
Yeah, it's not going to work. It was a 2, so it's not going to do anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
The bear kind of thrashes at you, but it doesn't technically on its turn. But it looks like you trying to
Right.
calm it down didn't help.
Yeah. Well, did that take my action?
Yes.
Nah. Damn it. Well,
You still have a
Actually,
bonus
no.
action.
yeah, I'm gonna...
If you're going to be like, no, it's okay. This didn't work.
No, I'm going to actually do the nice thing for this bear. I'm going to, still with the hands up, just trace another symbol, air, and just going to healing word the bear.
Oh, okay.
We've already killed one pair of dumb animals. I'm not killing another. That is... Seven. That's 7. 7 points of healing back to the bear.
Okay. Now I think about it. I'm wrong. One goblin is covered in soot. It looks very shell-shocked. Blood coming out of its ears. Doesn't look like it's doing so good. The boss is on the opposite direction of you, River. So it's about 15 feet away from you. And it is alive.
Is the falcon okay?
Falcon is deep fried.
A
Give it
burnt tail of a hawk lands right next to you.
We won't be able to save all of the animals, period.
But I wanted a falcon. It was cool.
And you have chicken wings. Get over it. Fine, I'll take my own damn chicken wings.
Okay. After that, Valgg, it is your turn. I will let you know that the battle just changed a lot. You got the Tabaxi going. The bear escaped you, and it looked like it was about ready to attack you when the explosion happened. And now it's laying on the in the snow next to you, and a little bit of it's on fire. And it seems like it's trying to get up and stuff. It doesn't seem like it's wanting to attack you. And it's very hurt.
Okay, can I see the goblin leader?
Yeah, I'll say they're about 15 feet away from you. Technically, somehow not prone.
How
River.
thick is she?
How what?
How thick is she?
Pretty thick.
Hmm.
Actually, let me roll. I'm rolling her con score.
Fair.
Actually, pretty thick.
Hmm.
Like 14 con thick. So not like super thick, but...
Well, thick thighs do save lives.
Oh, let me roll the other one. That's probably more important. However, her face doesn't match her thickness. She has 8 charisma. If that means anything.
And I was just like, because I don't know what to do. I'm trying to think. Because I don't want to hurt the polar bear.
A concussion will have that effect. I am so sorry.
Yeah, I'm not looking great. I'm not super hurt, but well, I'm kind of hurt.
Oh, you guys do notice that there are some coins in the wreckage.
Oh, by
Not
the
many.
way, after the explosion, like, where's River? Because I know
You see,
He was
River landed almost like right next to you, actually.
is he burning?
No, he made it safe. So did the boss.
No, I'll grab River and
Now I think about it, one of her eyes looks like it's got hurt a bit, and the damage she took is like a wooden piece of the wagon that got stuck into her forehead. Almost looks like a horn.
ouch.
She is not Big Boss. You can't do that to her.
No, she's G-Boss.
That doesn't fall in Metal Gear canon.
Well, we're not in Metal Gear.
But have you played 5?
Yes.
Okay. I'll just.
I played it through and through, including the true ending.
This is the knockoff Wooden Gear.
Yes. I like it.
So is anyone dangerously close to the fire?
No, it's more like the fire went off, and like some
Okay.
things got like a little bit of a fire on them, but
Oh.
it's not like a big roaring flame or anything.
So it was like an explosion at the end.
Mhm. Can't believe you guys blew up the wagon.
Can't believe what?
You guys blew up the wagon.
What she meant to say was, I'm helping.
This entire plan started with let's help.
I'm just gonna go to River and help him stand up.
Okay. The polar bear does not attack you. It's kind of got other things to worry about at the moment.
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
Mysteriously, the car exploded. The
What
wagon.
did you do? How hard did you hit it?
Not hard enough, because I'm pretty sure the polar bear, it's not like a powder bear.
And that's your turn.
Yes.
All right, Periwinkle.
Where am I?
You're standing right next to where the wagon used to be. You made
I'm
your check.
standing still?
You made your check, so you're standing.
So it just went, and then
Boom! Yeah, that's literally what happened.
Did the sword come flying back at her?
No, right now it's like magically enchanted axe that does like force damage. She probably thinks her wild magic blew the thing up.
oh my god.
And Prism is not going to correct her on that.
Periwinkle, for funsies, roll me insight.
Oh,
So
Fuck
both
you.
Terry and Valgg think they blew up the wagon.
wait. I don't know what's up with my dice tonight. I got an 18.
Okay, you are just like, wait a minute. I've had this wild magic search happen before, and it did not do this.
Wait a minute.
And you're actually kind of disappointed that it wasn't you, probably.
Notices Prism backing away slowly.
No, you don't. You were under the snow when I did that.
And that's when you realize like there's other people like recovering from the wreckage. There's a goblin. The goblin boss is maybe 10 feet from you. There's another goblin actually within melee range of you now. It looks like it's barely alive, and it's like in the debris prone.
Are we fighting the goblins still? Like,
You know what? I say do the thing where Thor is standing next to Hulk and Hulk just backhands him. Just do that with the goblin because you're probably both just in shock and you can just for the comedy, just do it.
Technically, it was a knuckle bump, but from the Hulk.
Yeah.
She is raging, so that actually would work.
I say kiss the goblin.
oh my god, I forgot to add +2 every single.
Spoiler, it wouldn't have mattered. It had such a high
Okay.
AC bonus, she wouldn't have hit.
Okay. I'm gonna
It had 23 AC when you swung at
Holy
it.
cow! There was no way that I would be able to hit it.
Exactly.
How did
it's
it have
covered.
23 AC?
Because you gave yourself -5 and it got +5.
Where's its cover now?
But I had -5. I didn't to my roll.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over to the polar bear's still on fire, right?
Both of them are. When I say on fire, I don't mean like, don't think like completely engulfed. Like they're laying on their side, and like the side part of them that was facing the wagon, there might be like a little bit of fire still going in some of their fur. And they look like they're trying to get up in a panic.
Hang on.
Hang on.
I mean, they just wanted to get themselves their super unhealthy sodas out of the wagon.
Mhm.
It's not Christmas time. You can't pull that crap.
I got that reference.
And
The classic.
Thank you, Captain.
So one of the I saw that Valgg was like attacking them, but I'm like, I'm very confused at who we're
And-
against right now. Are we
and-
against the polar bears or are we against the goblins?
You would see Rowan just casting that same kind of healing magic on one of the bears.
Okay, I take my water skin and I don't know how this is gonna help, but I dump a little bit of the water on top of the polar bear.
I would say that's enough to put out the fire.
Okay, and I'm like, hey, buddy.
Animal handling.
Okay.
I would say at disadvantage because of everything that happened, but because you did that, it negates the disadvantage.
Oh, cool. Let me 19.
Oh, you don't say. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let you know when it's their turn.
Okay. Don't eat
Um,
me.
Dr. River.
How's everyone looking?
Like they just survived an explosion.
How many of us can he see?
Yes. None of you are hiding or in cover or anything anymore.
I mean, did Valgg just lift me up on the snow, or is he like holding up like Simba again?
No, I lift you up with respect. Like, so you are on your feet.
So, enemies. 2 prone polar bears, one prone goblin, and one not prone goblin boss that you were talking to. And they just surrendered to you right before everything exploded.
Now, I'll retrain on the leader while holding an action.
What will trigger your action?
If she tries to attack or run.
Okay. Then after you guys hear in the distance, "Hey! Hey!" And like Garrett's running over the hill that he was using as cover when he was shooting arrows, and he's like running in a panic to try to get to you guys, but he's now 180 feet away because he dashed. And Boy is running with him, who has gotten a bit closer, but still not even to where the tilted sled is at. Then the goblins and the polar bears' turns. So the goblin boss. Wow. The goblin boss looks over at the two polar bears, looks up at everybody else, and they're kind of like limping with one leg, and they go to put their hands not up like this, but outwards towards the polar bears. And they say in Goblin, "Shh, it's okay. Just leave us alone." And Prism, you can tell that something magic's going on. Both the polar bears, on their turn, spent half their movement to get up. They seem to be looking at the goblin boss, not angry anymore or anything. And they both start to go away from you guys. If you want to, they do provoke attacks of opportunity. But both are pretty injured at this point, and one is limping, like they got their shoulder hurt pretty bad from that.
I love how
They still
both
got two
Periwinkle-
arrows in their shoulder. That's what it is. Sorry.
Both Callie and Lluis both shake their head no, neither one of them looking at the screen, both do it at the exact same time.
Yeah.
You can't see what I was doing too.
And I'll say we're out of initiative at this point. The goblin
so-
boss limps over towards you. River, no weapons drawn.
Weren't there two other goblins? One in the snow with Andrew and the other one that was nearly dead?
Haven't forgotten.
So are we still in initiative?
Nope.
Because I'm about to cause it again.
And
Unless
the
you
goblin
need-
boss gets down on her knees, and she presents her wrists to you, like to cuff her or tie her up or something. And she just has her head down in defeat. And she says to you, River, in crude common, "They won't bother us. Please, mercy."
I'll holster and just tell her to just sit easy. Sit down, stay there.
She grabs what's left of a barrel and uses it as a seat. What do the rest of you do? As Garrett and Boy come running in. "Oh my gosh, what happened? Are you okay?"
We're,
Ooh, who's Boy gonna go to?
I need to know what the other two goblins are doing. Are they giving up too?
The one goblin starts to come out of the wreckage. And it looks very shell-shocked, I guess would be the right word. It's just kind of like stumbling around, seems confused. And that's when you realize it's missing an arm.
Ooh.
And it looks like it's looking for something. It doesn't seem. It seems like it's just like in a daze, like it doesn't even acknowledge anybody else is there.
Yep.
See, it's
Um,
unarmed.
That's
And
shell.
it goes over and it like picks up something out of debris. You notice it's holding its own arm. And then it just goes over, and then it just like sits down, and it's like trying to put the arm back on. Futilely, just kind of like.
Can Rowan just go over? I'm gonna do like a couple different healing words. One to the polar bear that was walking away. I'm just gonna do that at just normal level to try and make sure, just trying to help it feel a little better because it's limping.
Okay, the limping one. Okay.
Yeah, the limping one. So that's 8 to the bear.
Okay. I'll say with that, the arrows like just kind of
Pop out.
Yeah.
All right, and I will second level healing where the goblin that is trying to put his own arm back on, just to close that wound.
Okay. You notice, yeah, and you notice he is bleeding.
Right. That's another 8.
All right. That goblin is at full health, but that doesn't bring its arm back.
Right. No, I figured.
Mending wouldn't put it back on, would it?
No.
It would not. That's for inorganic stuff. We need something like regenerate or greater restoration or something.
I will give that goblin one of my hand axes and say, make a prosthetic arm axe that will look killer.
We do know somebody who makes really good prosthetics.
I mean, I assume the goblins can do it. Like,
It doesn't even like really respond. You like give it to it, and it like drops the arm with its one hand that it has, and like holds it, and it like just puts it back on the ground and grabs its arm and just sits down somewhere.
eh.
Is that depressing note where we're going to end it tonight?
The goblin boss, Izabai, says, "You can have what's left. Just don't kill us, please."
Didn't we hear like a rumor about somebody stealing supplies?
That was the Dragar.
No, I mean like just like thefts of like supplies that were supposed to go to Bridgeshander.
No, those were the dwarves saying about how they were delivering iron ingots to there, and they got attacked by yetis.
No. Before that, somebody, I think Valgg heard from somebody who was delivering mail to that there was like some missing supplies that were supposed to go to Bridgeshander.
Not anymore.
I mean, yeah, but at least we have like the culprits.
Do we though?
Let me check.
I mean,
As
possibly.
you know, after the fact, these were just goblins that found something abandoned in the wilderness and were salvaging it.
Yeah, no, there's
True.
nothing I can see. You might have been thinking back at the kobolds in the gem mine. Maybe.
Maybe. All right, long story short though, what are we gonna do with the goblins?
I mean,
As
what
well.
more can we do to them that we haven't already done to them?
Yeah.
Checking the wreckage, you see what's left of some barrels. And they do have stuff written in them in Dwarven.
What did I say? Because Rowan knows Dwarven.
Dwarven Valley Ale. Warning, highly flammable.
Ah, okay, so that's why I went up that like that. All right. Is there anything we can salvage from the cart?
Yeah. A few burnt sealskin pouches with a couple of coins. And I'll say it takes you guys an hour to find all the coins. There's not many. I'll put it in the Rime of the Frostmaiden Discord.
And I take a short rest during this time frame.
Yeah, you can. Sure.
Um,
And what do you guys do with the goblins before we end for the night?
I would like to talk to the leader. Like, what did you do to the polar bears so they just ran off?
Well, I use potion. Only had 2 left. Now have none. Looks back at wreckage.
Oh,
Wait, did the bears calm down or did they run off?
Potion let me calm down animals. They listen to me.
you don't happen to know the ingredients of the
Would-
potion?
Does that sound familiar to Rowan?
You can roll Arcana checks, but she says, no, it has bird tongue, claws and scales and hair inside. Taste gross.
Do you know how to make other potions?
I know make potion.
Oh,
That's a 7.
Yeah, you don't know what kind of potion this is.
Nah.
I'd say let them go.
where did you get those potions from?
I'm checking to see if I can add it to anything. Found in a abandoned caravan.
Okay.
Attacked by Chardolin.
Rowan's ears perk up when she hears that. Wait, what?
That tribe called themselves Chardolin. They attack others like we sometimes do. We goblins.
Hmm.
Me no attack other people unless have to.
Hmm.
Stay out of
Where-
city. City don't like goblin.
Hmm. Hmm.
Try and find way south. Winter never end.
Yeah, Rowan's shoulders kind of sink a little bit at that. No, it doesn't. But where were the Chardolin at? Where did you see them last?
They northeast. Live in cave, I think. Don't go near.
By the mountain?
Yes.
Hmm. Nowhere near towns though.
No.
Very well. Thank you. Let me see. Trying to see if I have anything on me.
We go now. We free or slave? She says that
So-
she's got the one-armed one with her.
Rowan
Found
Thanks
what's bit
for-
left of a tattered rag and is like got it around both of them.
Rowan thinks for a moment, then looks over to Gareth. It's like one moment. Goes over to talk to Gareth. Just goes, look, I feel really bad about all this. We had to find it, yes. We had to fight, potentially. It just feels wrong to just leave them out here. Do you think your guide business could use some help? Or extra people to carry packs or tend to the dogs or something?
I don't know. We already got a lot of mouths to feed with all the dogs. Me and my
Fair.
husband.
That's, I guess we could stop over in Tourmaline, perhaps leave them over with the miners or in the kobolds.
They have their own clan or group here. They were already saying they had a different leader they were going back to. They
Did they-
can survive out here somewhere.
No,
they?
you're pretty sure, Prism, that this is that leader. They were heading back to the wagon where the boss was.
Well, they would have had to have been taking the cart somewhere, so they probably have a hovel somewhere close by that they can go survive in. We don't need to be responsible for them. We let them go, they should be fine.
The cart might have been their hovel, though. They might have just been traveling south, just going south or something.
Yeah, were they Jawas and was that their snow crawler?
Essentially, actually, yeah, that's a pretty good analogy.
Are you trying to make me feel bad about this?
They're
It's
just
not like you
scavengers,
stab a sticky
nomads
guy.
traveling the tundra.
If there's no way out of the Rime, we should at least make sure that they are somewhere safer-ish.
I mean, it's like 2 goblins. We can take them with us.
3, technically. The one Andrew currently has, looked like it's in a wrestling match with.
3.
Speaking of which, you haven't seen Andrew for a while, and you do remember one ran off to hide.
I whistle for him. Where is he?
There's no response.
Don't do this to me. I'm going.
Roll me an investigation check.
$18. Where's my boy?
Combing the area, you do find that there apparently was a scuffle with someone. With Andrew, you can tell other little Andrew's little skitter prints into the snow. It's hard to tell what else happened there unless you can pass a survival check for trekking.
I passed the survival check?
Yeah.
I'll assist.
Okay, you have advantage.
Can I use my inspiration?
You can. I will say you just pass with inspiration.
Okay.
Oh, we lost Prism.
Yeah, sorry folks, Prism's not feeling so well. They let me know real quick right before they dropped that they had to go.
Oh.
And we are running a little later than normal, so.
Sorry, moral quandaries of leaving things to die in the wilderness.
With your inspiration point that you spent,
Mm-hmm.
you're able to follow the tracks, and it looks like the goblin. You can spot the goblin's footprints, but not Andrew's. But you don't find any sign of Andrew after that scuffle. And that's where we'll end it for the night.
No, why would you do this?
Because I like my cliffhangers.
But don't we generally do like 3 hours on Wednesdays now?
Do we?
No, Cat usually runs the longer games. But I try to leave like the 2-3 hour gap. So that way I just did. So I'm not going to do what I did in Curse of Strahd and we just stop in the middle of combat every session.
Yeah, no, I thought that was because we were a bigger like group, but that may have
And then we
changed
lost
when.
Rhylites.
Yeah, that's exactly, yeah.
Oh yeah, we were gonna do that, but since there's less people today,
Yeah. That's all right. We'll pick up next week and we'll find him.
Yep. So, as we end for the night, why don't I start with Periwinkle? What do you got going on?
Hi. I lost my boy. I've abandoned my boy. You can find me Cap Callie on Twitter. I have 2 art commissions open, quick and cheap art commissions open. The less price than my normal commissions are. If you want one of those, let me know. Because there's 2 spots still open. And Retroverse Vaccine is back on Friday.
Yep, the
And
27th of August.
The 27th of August. We're at a beach house, and someone wants to throw a party, and
Trying to have fun.
it was an undisclosed location, and he told everyone on the internet.
On InstaSlam.
A very funny gif of our friend Bob going like that
As he runs a mile into town.
To find our skeleton boy who's dying. And so if you want to see that, tune into Retroverse on Friday. Chaos Cruise on Saturday. Watch Baltimore by Night on the Crow and Chimera channel. We just had our season 2 finale, and I was having a freak out, and there's a part where I'm having a freak out, and Scotty comes in the background. He says, "It's okay. Everything's okay." And I'm like, "No, it's not." And he had no idea what was going on, but it was hilarious. And I watched that last night like 15 times because it made me laugh. But anyway, watch that. That's on Crow and Chimera. It's a very fun time. Vampire the Masquerade. That's it for me.
Okay. Valgg, what do you got going on?
Well, I'm an artist. Just so you can check me on social media, and if you like what you see, you should follow me and consider like checking out my Patreon. It helps a lot. Other than that, nothing really. Like, you should absolutely check all the different campaigns in this channel, because I think Callie is in a lot of them and she gets hurt in every single one, so that's fun.
I do it to myself most of the time. It's fine.
I don't know. Periwinkle's doing pretty good.
Until now.
I need to get new dice.
Oh yeah, other than that, just like check everyone here, because everyone's amazing. And yeah, who doesn't do commissions as 5e content? So there's like a lot of stuff you're missing if you don't check everyone.
All right. Dr. River, you got anything going on?
No, nothing really here.
All right. Then Rowan, what do you got going on?
Hello, everybody. This is Rowan, aka January_Silence. Pretty much everywhere you want to find me. I am still working to get things ready for my next homebrew publication to go up on DM's Guild under my Sphinx Library label. It will be a Ranger subclass, which I hope you guys enjoy Ruby, because that's a big inspiration behind this, specifically one Huntress. You'll see when it comes out. And aside from that, which please check that out. Also check out the artist who does a lot of my cover stuff when I'm not bugging Lluis for it. At Burger Mama, Burger spelled BURRGER. She does amazing work. She's done art for my, like I said, my covers. She's done art that I commissioned for just my own characters. There's an art I have up on my Twitter of my Strixhaven bard that I hope to run one day. Aside from that, also you can catch myself, Lluis, and Saege over on Backed Channel 1 on YouTube. Well, we're part of our friend Jesse's Dark Matter channel, Dark Matter campaign, The Quest for the Quantum Rose, wherein this last session we went back to an elven planet and we're trying to go kill some troll rats while Sage's character, Kalahari, is trying to plunder an ancient temple that might be part of our main quest.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow. Okay, that's a bit. But on that note, thank you everyone for watching. If you like the shows that are hosted on this Twitch stream / YouTube channel, you could check out my Patreon and you could send some support that way, or you could just continue watching it for free. It doesn't matter either way, but it would be greatly appreciated. And any note, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, have a night.